Hey friends, Laura here with Cox Homestead. I had brand new babies born on the homestead today. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it, how many there are, and what's going on with Mama. Stay tuned. Bonnie is a broken New Zealand. I got her a year ago in January, so let's see, January 2021. So she is about a year and a half old. She has had multiple litters for me this winter. She's been a fantastic mom, great success rate, large litters. The only problem she's had is that her condition has kind of went down a little bit with this last litter. And by condition, I mean her muscle tone, her coat. She just hasn't stayed as plump. So I gave her about, let's say a 10-week break from kindling to rebreeding and kindling again, which normally during the heavy season of breeding, I breed when the kits are 4 weeks old, so 8 weeks apart. And I had done that with her multiple times, and she had done bam, 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 bam. Awesome. She did great. Till this last one, her condition was a little bad, so I gave her about a 10-week window there. But she rebred, she kindled it again today, and she had 13 babies. I went out first thing this morning, and I could tell that she had just kindled them because of their peachy skin. There was a little bit of blood still in the white hair that she had pulled. She had done a fantastic job. I bred Bonnie on April the 9th, which happens to be my husband's birthday. Happy birthday, Brad. Anyways, and then I gave her nest box on May the 7th. She kindled on May the 10th. So let me back up and give you that again. I bred her on April 9th, day 1. Day 28, I put her nest box in. Her nest box went in on day 28, which was May the 9th. And here it is, day 29, day 30, day 31, she kindles with 13 babies. She pulled a lot of fur. The most gorgeous white fluffy cloud is in there with those bunnies. But when I came out this morning, she didn't want me touching her. She didn't eat any of the treats I gave her. She laid there and moaned. I instantly got scared. Here I thought I gave her a long enough break. Her condition had come back up. I thought we were good to go. And here she is moaning. She's not eating any of the treats. And I'm thinking, she's not going to make it. And I'm coming in and I'm reading up on fostering bunnies and trying to figure out if I'm going to be able to make this work. And I come back out a few hours later, and I noticed she had eaten all the radish top I left her and some of the radish, all the hay I had given her, and she was moving around and not squealing and grunting. So I think she literally had just popped 13 kits out of her and was taking a moment to recuperate. But we are not in the clear yet. I'm going to continue to monitor her closely just to make sure she is going to take care of these. Now, last time she had 13 babies, and we lost, I think, 3 of them. I kind of expect that again. And RABITT only has 8 teats. So getting, how many is that? 5 more babies fed than the teats you had? That's a lot of work. A lot of TLC for that mama to make sure that she's getting all those bunnies fed. If for some reason we end up having a problem, I have Amber due, another RABITT due in just a few days, and I may try and do some fostering there. Annie's babies are a little bit too old. They're day 10, their eyes are opening. I just don't know how newborn kits would do well in that box. But I'm holding out for Amber if I have to use one of them as a foster mom. So on day 28, when it's time to give that mama RABITT her nest box, I usually come out, spray out the nest box really good with water, and then I set it out in the sun to dry out, to kill anything that's been in there hanging out. And then I put a big old handful of straw inside the nest box and put that nest box in the cage. Now, Oftentimes, mom's gonna get in there, dig. She's gonna wanna put that straw in her mouth. They clamps it in their mouth and they do this upward and downward motion with the hay in their mouth, and they move it around and they take it out of the box and back in the box, and half the time it's anywhere but the box by the time they're done. Some leave some of the straw in there. Some rabbits, I hardly have any straw left in that box by the time they go to kindle, and they've pulled all the fur they needed instead. But I do not take that nest box out until day 36. If we get to day 36 and she's not had any babies, that's when I consider it a false pregnancy. You could even leave it until day 38 if you wanted. But day 36 is the longest I've had one go, and that was a first-time mom, and she had had some moving and other stuff done during that time, and she just was kind of traumatized before she kindled, and I think it stalled out her kindling process. But I say by day 36, if that mama has not kindled, you are safe to go in and remove that nest box and say that she's not going to kindle. What you do then is go ahead and rebreed her right away. Or let's say mama had a litter of rabbits and they're all dead and you can't bring them back to life and she's done. Or she just had one and it was deformed or anything like that. If you lose all your babies on that first day, you want to go ahead and rebreed that mama right away. She's super fertile. She's going to take well to that buck when you put her in there, and you're going to have more rabbits in 28 to 35 days. Now, some people disagree with this method. It's worked great for me and the practices that we have here. And I have seen for myself that the does are very fertile and very eager to be rebred right away after losing a litter. Rabbits are created to be bred. They are happy when they're being bred because that's their purpose. Oftentimes, I have people talk to me about a rabbit that's not necessarily nice, or it's biting, or they're having problems out of it. And sometimes that comes along when that rabbit reaches a sexual maturation and they're not being allowed to breed. Now, this isn't the case for all rabbits, but I have noticed that some rabbits have a tendency to do that. They're not getting to do what nature's designed for them to do, so their hormones are coming out and they're showing it in aggression. A happy rabbit is a bred rabbit, and I'm not saying that all rabbits need to be bred, because we don't need a bunch of pet rabbits that no one's taking care of or no one's eating. But I do believe in responsible breeding, and I think breeding for meat production is a very responsible choice. So I hope that you enjoyed this overview today of day 1 of bunnies, and that you learned what you do on day 28. You put that nest box in there, you add the hay, and you leave that there till day 36. You also want to keep an eye for those babies to make sure she's actually having them in the box. Sometimes first-time moms don't have them in the box. And that's the case. You can just put them in there and show mama what she's supposed to do. That's a good little recap on day 1. Well, I hope that you found this day 1 information helpful. I hope that you are aware of when you put the nest box in, what you put in the nest box, and how to leave it. Don't make this common mistake. Help your doe succeed in her kindling process. If you like this video, please make sure and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss when I share new rabbit information. And in the meantime, eat more rabbit! That was a bunch of rambling rubbish. You just spoke rubbish. It's like a mirror to talk to myself in. Anyways. Or, I'll do that. If you like this video,